Okay, today we're going to talk about Fibonacci and how you can use it in your trading for retracements and extensions. A lot of you might not know that Fibonacci is used extensively in the Elliott wave theory. So a lot of traders who use Elliott wave use it for their second and fourth wave retracements plans and find out exactly where it's retracing. Okay, so the way I use it and the way it should be used is as follows. This is a chart of the GBP USD, as you can see, 4 hour. The best thing to do is to zoom out into the weekly or monthly time frame first to map in the longer time Fibonacci studies. We'll start with the monthly to see what we can see there. As you can see, this has kind of fallen off a cliff here, so if we zoom in you can see. Right, there we go. So what you should be doing with Fibonacci is mapping the last swing of the move. Now the last swing in the monthly is from here, so let's do this. From here, hold on, let's draw this properly so it's not backwards. Okay, so the last swing, some of you might think it would be the high at this 211 here. That's actually a swing, and then it's a swing here. So the last actual swing is this down move here. So there we go. Okay, so the swing is from 20155 to 1301. So that's your monthly, the last monthly swing. Okay, if we go into the weekly, let's see what we've got there. You can then see there's another swing here from round about 185 to the same point. So we'll draw another one of them from there to there. Now a tip you might want to use is changing the colour of the Fibonacci study depending on the time frame that you're in. That's the thing I do. So I've got a colour scheme that I use for longer time EMAs and shorter term, sorry, not EMAs, Fibonacci's. Now I'll make that purple for the weekly. Now this is my schema. I have yellow for monthly, purple for weekly, and then other colours for short time frames. So going into the daily, you can see now that some of these lines are starting to show up on the old daily chart. If I zoom out here, you can see that Fibonacci, the price action is actually bouncing between these studies, and it's actually using them. You can see there it used it as resistance there and there. Okay. So going into the daily, you can see the last swing was this here. So let's go and map that in. That's the last swing on the daily. So let's put that in. There we go. Now you'll notice there's some extension points on here as well. I've put the how to configure your Fibonacci on the other YouTube video, which is worth checking out. The price action is also there. These extensions can be used obviously for targets, which I'll explain in a minute. So let's just push this around the other way. May look backwards, but that's how we're going to get the extensions. Okay, right. There we go. So now going into the 4 hourly, you can see that's fine. I mean, the last recent swing was that there, which you can see. I'll go into the hourly and I'll map that in as well. So the actual last swing of it was there. Okay. Let's change the colour of that. Fib properties, and put that to be red. Okay. There we go. That's all your Fibonacci studies drawn. Now you can use them as support and resistance lines and price targets. Okay, let's explain that. So you can see here it used it as support along here. This is all valid support. That's the 38.2 line there, which is a standard retracement for a trending market. It's worth noting. Okay, so the first thing you really need to know about Fibonacci is how to use them for price projections. Okay, so if it finds resistance here, as you can see on the 61.8, the trick is to count 4 levels away from that level. So there's the purple line there. If you see, if I get a crosshair out, you'll probably be able to see it. So there's where the price action has stopped. Now, if it finds support there, you can basically say that your primary target is 3 on from that. So 1, 2, 3. So that's where your target is there, and that's where you can see where it's kind of held there. That's your primary target. That's your first port of call. It usually, if the market is strong, it will go 4 or even 5. So 3 is your primary target, and 4 is your more conservative target, which, to be honest, lately is being hit quite a lot. So that would be your next port of call. If the 100% line breaks, it would come up to the 1.3. So if you just remember to count on from where it stopped 3 lines up in the direction or down in the direction of the market, then that's your primary target. Watch how it behaves there. It'll usually hang around there for a while. If not, if it breaks through it, there's your 4th target, will probably be hit. If not, then just take your profit at the 3rd target. Just see how it reacts in the 5-minute chart around that time frame. If we go into the hourly now and get the scale back, you can then see how the price action is obeying these lines, these Fibonacci lines. I hope that helps, and I hope that kind of gives you another tool and just an outline of how to use Fibonacci in your trading. You can use it when candles close. The most important thing, is to use it when these lines are intact until the candle actually closes below or above the line. So once that happens, then you can comfortably say that support or resistance has been broken. Okay, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, post it on the old forum or the YouTube video, and I'll try and answer them there. Okay, thank you.